seasons wake and rise. Ready, go. Thank you very much. I'll hand over to the headmistress to give us the opening remarks.
All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. Good. This afternoon, we are here for a very important exercise. I believe that you've been sensitized on this exercise for the past 2 weeks. You filled some questionnaires, and it's in connection with a lot of issues that you go through in school and also after. Today, you see very handsome men and beautiful women with us. And they are your own. They've also passed through the school for the past 20 years. And they are back to help you to know how you navigate your life in school and not after. Whatever you have passed through or you are still passing through, they have been there before. And theirs might even be worse than yours. But in all that, they've been able to make it in life. And they've seen the need to come back home to share how they were able to make it. I don't think they've introduced themselves yet. Yes. So, you, having left their very important work, if they start introducing themselves, you will understand what I'm talking about. They are all very big men and women in the society, in Ghana and also outside Ghana. They love you. They want you to also excel, even become more successful than they have, so that wherever they find themselves, they will feel proud of you. Please don't underestimate this session. You're about to leave the four walls of Aggrey Memorial and soon become old students as well. Amosa 2000 and what? 2000 and what? Good. As they have come, they are Amosa 2005. So you have something in common with them. Aren't you happy about that? You are not happy. You aren't happy. Yes. They are 2005. You will be 220 what? 25. Yes. So please give them your maximum attention and tell yourself that before they leave here, I'm going to take a lot of advice that will help me become successful in my WASI exams and also after WASI. You can make it. The program they are bringing, I always say that you, this particular group, God loves you so much. Yes. The way you started school, there were a lot of obstacles, strikes here and there, cutting in of their academic calendar, and it was just shortened. So it was a hell for them. I know the psychological trauma that they've gone through, but they don't see it that way. Some just try to just give up. Come what may. But that shouldn't be the case. You could see that at the end of, close to the end of your exits from school, before you even write your exams, a lot of interventions are coming your way. Today we should have had that exercise I discussed with you. Yes. And because of this one, we've postponed that to tomorrow. Yes. It's for your own good. It's for your own good. If you take all these interventions seriously, you will definitely succeed in your life. So please, give them your maximum attention. Take this exercise seriously and reap the benefits that you deserve, so that you will also one day return to Aggrey to talk to your genius as they have come to do so. So my able 2005 Amosa group. These are your students. As for the introduction, I'll leave you to do it so that they will see the kind of personalities that you are here. Then they will understand me better. The president himself is with us, of the beer group is here. So I'll hand over the microphone to him. Then he will do the introduction of the rest. So you will do that. Oh, okay. So there is a moderator. So,
All right.
Thank you very much, Mommy. So, Mommy said, we decided to come home, and we are home. So, we are here to see our little siblings, and we are happy to be here with you. And she also mentioned that we have something in common. So, after 20 years, you are continuing with it. So, Amosa 2005 and Amosa 2025. It's a good combination. So, thank you for being here with us. It's now time to introduce our panel members and ourselves. So I introduce myself. Should I introduce myself last? Okay, let them introduce themselves, then I will do my introduction. Okay, so we start with our lady at the far end. Yes. So, Elma will introduce herself. Hello, hi.
Hello, hi. My name is Elma Eliklim Eche, and I was in the Catherine Aiken's house. Yeah. And and I was also privileged to be the house prefect during my time also. Yes. Per my profession, I'm who we call a health promoter. So everything that has to do with promoting health, I'm there. At the same time, I'm who we call an advocate, an adolescent advocate. So anything that disturbs you, I know about it. Anything that worries you, I'm the best person you can do what? You can talk to. I always say confidentiality is my number one. Anything you tell me, it's with me and you. It doesn't go anywhere. So I always say I care about you, you care about me, and we move. So that's basically about me. I'm also a nurse at the Saddle Health Center. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. I am Dr. Kojo Amanfo Ninsi. Pinanko House. The Pinanko. Yeah. I mean, back on campus, I was everywhere. Pensa, SU, everywhere. I'm the clinical coordinator at University of Education, Winneba, the health services. Also work at 37 Military Hospital. Also a gynecologist in studies. So we are here for you today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, Lawrence Butler is my name. Where are the Watson guys? They're at the B house. Yes, here. So, I was in Watson House. I was also a science student. My time we only had science 1 and science 2. Hey. Hello. Yeah. This is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hello. Okay. So I was a science student. As my brother, he was everywhere. I was at the opposite side. I like the entertainment type. I was the entertainment type, so I was doing the rap and singing. You see that thing. To support them who were going to church, but I also love going to church too. Now I am first and foremost, I'm a farmer. I'm also a fashion designer, a shoemaker, as my sister is saying, and I am a human resource manager with the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council as well. Thank you.
Do we have some Kathleen girls in the house? Do we have KA girls in the house? Do we have some people aspiring to be lawyers in the house? Do we have some people aspiring to be judges in the house? Okay. Her Ladyship Justice Efia Owusua appear. I was in business too, surprisingly, right? And I'm also the treasurer of the Association of Judges and Magistrates of Ghana. We are here today to share with you our lives and for you to also share your lives with us. To motivate you, for you to know that you are never too young and whatever Aggrey is offering you today is enough for you to achieve your aim in life or your goal in life. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello. The voice, I can't hear you. Hello? My name is Ismail, and I was in Pinnacle House. I am the president of Amosa 2005, and okay, so I'm an international journalist and the editor of the Global South World. It's an international news platform. I'm also the executive director of Media Literacy Development Foundation. It's a media literacy advocacy organization, and we'll be launching a program in this school soon. So thank you very much. Yeah, great. A round of applause for them again, please. But we are not done. We still have some more for you. So we'll pick two from here, then we'll come back to the days. So, Philip.
Yes, thank you. I'm Philip Papa Kreko. I was in the N2 house, business too. N2 house as well as the Daniel Prophet. I was the Daniel Prophet. I was the Casio president as well, Catholic Student Union president as well. Currently, I'm at Ghana Port and Harbours Authority at the control room as the supervisor. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Rose Adum-Quaigren. Okay, I'm Rose Adum-Quaigren, a customer relations officer at Ghana Water. I'm also an entrepreneur, ideal in knowledge as well. I was in KA.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we also have support from Amosa UCs. You can give them a wave. Yes, they came to support us. So myself, I'm Mavis Watman Pedu. I was in Kathleen house. I was in Science 1. I was in Science 1. But now I'm a data analyst with Nestle Central and West Africa region. So I work in Tema. Yeah, so I'll be moderating today with, and then I'm also the secretary of our association. And I have here my vice president.
Thank you. My name is George. Hello. Yeah. My name is George Paddin, and I was in the house. Thank you. I was also at Business 3B, currently a senior accountant at Sandvik Mining. So, as Mavis mentioned earlier, she is our general secretary. I'm the vice president of Amosa 05. And then we also have the Philip as the PRO for Amosa 05. During the opening remarks of the headmistress, she made mention that the president himself is here. Even before today, he had a lot of schedules, but he made sure that he was going to be here today to join us for this important event. The president of Amosa 05, Ishmael.
Hello, once again. Before I start, I want to also introduce Eko Butler. He is the former Amosa 05 president. He did a very good job to put us together. And indeed, I've been on this stage before to talk to you, your seniors, before they completed school, and we are back again. So this is not the first time we are doing this. Even though we are all laughing and smiling, sincerely, we are not that happy. We are not happy because we've also lost a few of our mates. When we left 20 years ago, we were just like you. And 20 years ago, it was a struggle. It was a challenge. Some of our mates became mentally ill. Others died along the way. When we were done with school, others couldn't even get a job. They couldn't make it. We have others still struggling. And we realized that besides divine issues or divine interventions, sometimes whatever happens or whatever decision you take before you leave the school really matters. And that's why we are here. That's why we are here, and it's very important. Your mates who are not here don't understand, and they won't appreciate it until maybe some years later. You may think you are done with school, but you're not done. School continues, life continues. And a lot of people may make it, others won't make it, but 50% of the time, it is your choice. You choose what you want to be. And it starts from here, it starts from now. It's not too late. You can choose to turn around how things are going. Sincerely, I didn't get 8 A's, I didn't get 5 A's, I didn't even get an A. When I wrote my final exams, when I was like you, I didn't get an A. I had to write remedial to be able to go to school, to university. But the difference between myself and others was I knew what I wanted to do. And if you know what you want to do, it makes it easier for you to chart a path that will lead you towards a career that will make you somebody one day. We are hoping in 20 years' time, some of you would also come here like us and talk to others and uplift other Amosas and other upcoming Amosas. So this is very important. Now it starts from academics. Personally, my story, I was really struggling with studies. I just couldn't make it. I just couldn't study for even up to 15 minutes. I couldn't. It was very difficult for me. I wasn't a bad student. I thought I was a good student, but it was very difficult. And I realized I did not cultivate the habit of studying. So when I got to Form 3, it was very difficult. Let me see by hands those who are having difficulty studying. Just raise your hand. I can see some hands in front. What about the boys? I can see a number of hands. But trust me, it's not too late. It's not too late because you can find a way. I found a way. I got, I think, 2 E's. Let me just tell you what I got. 2 E's. I got 2 C's. I got 2 B's. And I think 3 B's. So when I add it all, my aggregate was 21. And you know, if you have an E, you have to rewrite, right? And I think with yours, there are some numbers attached to the letters. There's A1. Can you help me out? A1 and A, B2. God forbid any of you should get the F9, and God forbid any of you should get any of the E's. But when you are in the E, you know you can't make it to the university. You have to rewrite or resit some of the papers. And I don't think anyone wants to do that. However, some of you might do that. It might not be your fault. It might be so many other things. For me, the reason why I couldn't study was because I had an eye problem which I didn't detect early. So it was difficult for me to study. Some of you may have the same problems that you may not know. Some of you may not have money. Your parents don't have enough money to get you checked. So some reasons might cause that. However, how do you remedy the situation? This is what I did. I just want to give you my strategy, what I did. When I was in school, I knew I wanted to be a journalist, and I'm a journalist. And how many of you know what you want to do as careers after university? How many of you? Let me see by hands. How many don't know what you want to do? Let me see by hands. Okay, so I can see some hands. It means indeed, some people don't know what you want to do. I knew what I wanted to do. So immediately I finished school, I didn't even apply to Legon or UCC or KNUST. I went straight to GIJ because I knew that's where I can build a career. I can start a career in journalism. So when I went there, I had to go through interviews and so many other things. They looked at my grades and said, no, you can't go through because you had an E. And the E, I had it in CRS. I was in @1, so I studied literature, CRS, history, and then French. So that was what happened. And what did I do? I was lucky to have been given the chance to start the school, but I had to research the paper, and then pass it. And I did pass. Maths as well, core maths. Core maths was very difficult. I know a lot of the art students are finding it very difficult to make it out of it. If you have started early by studying more than you do now, I'm sure you'll pass it, but it's not too late. The best thing to do is to have an open mind and keep learning. There are so many learning strategies. So along the line, I'll let you know how I made it eventually. But let me just talk about some effective learning solutions. It's not too late. You have a few months. How many months do you have? 1 month. In 1 month, trust me, if you can go for all the past questions and then read them back to back, try and memorize all the questions and the answers, I'm sure you can do 50% of the work. I'm sure when you look at the exam questions, you see some familiar questions coming in there. But how do you get to study? How does it stay in your mind? Everybody has their own strategies, and there are so many other strategies. One of them is to create a schedule. I know some people might not think about schedules. How many of you have schedules, like a timetable for yourself for studying? How many of you? Let me see my hands. Do you have people here who don't have a schedule? They just go with the flow. Let me see my hands. Those who just go with the flow. I see a guy's hand up there and a few guys here. It's not too late. Guys, create a schedule. If on Monday you do science, study science on Monday, give yourself some hours. At least 2 hours on Monday. Go for past questions. Go for the textbooks and keep reading them. Read them over and over. Also, you can use an active learning technique by summarizing notes. Some people like to summarize the notes they read. When they summarize, it helps to remember during the exams. When I was going to write science, I remember when I was leaving, I just opened my book and then I chewed, if I remember clearly, I think it was a fish. We were going to label the parts of a fish or something like that. And then I looked at it, I read over and over again. When I went to the exam hall, I wrote it here, right here, and it came. That same question came, and I remembered because I read it over and over again. So you need to develop that technique. I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but there are so many others, like practicing regularly by going over and over your notes. Also staying organized. Try and be organized. Keep a pencil. Mark or underline definitions. Underline things that may come. Things that you need. It's very important. Also use a variety of resources. Some people choose to draw some of the things that they need to study. Some people I know, they have so many ways. They use markers. They use different colors to highlight or highlighters to highlight the things that they think might work for them. Try and do that. It's not too late. And also, you have to stay healthy. It's very important. Sleep when you need to sleep. Don't overburden yourself. Sleep when you have to. Join study groups if that works for you. Look for friends who are really good in some subjects. Call them. Appeal to them. Let them add you to their groups, and you guys should study together. It might work with others. So please drag along some friends and do it together. You can't do it alone. Try and tap into their knowledge and ask them questions. How do you answer this question when it comes? How do you solve this? Try and ask them, especially with core maths. I can see that a lot of you have problems with core maths, but how to solve it is by solving a lot of the questions. Keep solving them. It's not too late. You have 1 month. and you can do it. Also, staying positive and motivated, and then asking for help when needed is very important. Now, let me move to the career guidance and the career choice. You have to identify your career from here before you leave. I want to entreat all of you, those who don't know what you want to do, please think about something. Look at your strength. Look at what you are good at. You may be good in maths. Think about maths. Those who are good in maths, what are they able to do? I'm sorry. Think about your hobbies. Some people can swim. Some people are good at running, athletics. Do you know there's athletic science? Do you know there are people who are working for the Athletics Federation and they are good in athletics, but they are working there because they studied some science, they studied arts, they studied anything, but because they like athletics and sports, they're able to do other things. For the boys, it's not only gambling and sporty bets and all those ones that you can do if you like sports. If you like football, you can be anything in football. There's a football business. You can study business and manage a football team. You can study business or you can study arts and be part of a football club. You can study anything, business, arts, science. If the Black Stars are going to play any match, do you know there are doctors with the Black Stars? Do you know there are counselors with the Black Stars? Do you know there are managers and accountants with the Black Stars? They are all there, so you can be anywhere, regardless of what you study and also what you want to do. So first, look at yourself. What are you good at? Maybe you want to drive, or you are good at driving, or you want to learn to drive. You can be a driver. You can work with GPRTU. You don't need to be a science student to work with GPRTU. You can also be a science student to work with GPRTU as their president. You can be anything, but you have to first decide what you want to be. And now when you decide, the next thing is to find somebody in that field to guide you, to find someone in that field to motivate you. If it's a doctor you want to be, Nelson is here. He's a doctor. Right after this, you approach him and say, I want to be a doctor. Can you guide me? Can you lead me? If it's a profession where you don't have anybody who can guide you, go out there and look for people, look for names. There are a lot of information online. You go online, all of you, and then you go and learn to dance and do other things. But you can learn to build your career from TikTok. You can learn to build or start a career from social media by looking for people who are doing things you want to do. When you find them, just read about them, learn their lives, read about the schools they went to, read about the courses they learned in school, read about all of that. You realize that most of the successful people wrote their exams twice, 3 times. A lot of people failed, but they made it later. A lot of people didn't get it easy. Only about 5% of people are able to get it easy, smooth sailing. Even a lot of them don't make it after university. So many people have gone to university, they don't have jobs. There are people at home, no jobs, but they were the ones who had 8-1s or 8As. Others who got B's and C's and D's and E's are getting jobs, not because they know someone or someone knows them, but because they chose a career path that will work for them. University is not for everybody. You can go to nursing school, you can go to teacher training colleges, you can even go and learn how to sew. Eko Butler says he's a designer, he's a shoemaker. He learned it. He's a science student, but he learned to make shoes. And it's one of his careers, even though he's working in an organization, in a government organization. You can also do same. You should always have a backup and always have someone you look up to. So from here, I want to ask all of you, I'm sure we'll come back, or if we meet later, I will ask you, what do you want to be? Or what do you want to do in future? Who do you look up to? Who do you want to be like? What have you learned about the person? What have you asked the person? And what do you expect to achieve? And you can only do this if you have a good character. A good character is what shapes you. With a bad character, the doors will be shut in your faces. The boys, with your bad character, the doors will be shut in your faces. You think it's a joke. It's not a joke. People are dying. People are losing their lives. People are not successful. People are struggling. People can't even eat. You guys are facing the least of it in school. You have parents who take care of you. There are others here who don't even have parents. But they are here and they are making it. There are others who are not even getting money. But you sit here and say smoking is what makes you feel good. Then you're not thinking. You're not thinking about your future. You think betting is what will make you rich. No. You think it's influencing and dancing. Yes, you can make a career out of dancing, but without your good grades, without a good character, you can't be like Dance God Lloyd. You be just some dancer who they'll call for some dances at some funerals. You won't make it. You'll be getting peanuts while your mates are making a lot of money. So you decide now, this is the time. Let's stop the jokes. Let's stop the playing and those guys talking there. I don't know if they are listening. They are not, obviously. Yes, you are chatting. Listen, it's very important. We are here for you. If you want to have a good life, you have to listen. You have to be driven by a good character. And those guys there too, they're not even watching. Yes, you. Listen, it's important. You may think we are joking, but later you remember, you realize. Just listen. Listen, have a good character. Things will be better for you. Thank you very much.
So we are here for you, and you have to listen. So please listen. So to have a conversation with our panelists. It's going to be a series of questions, and I'm going to take turns to respond so that you can relate to them. They are human as you are. We all started like you did. We came to school. We were sleeping in the dormitories. And today, we are working and making money. That is what we want to make out of you. But it didn't happen overnight. So this conversation is going to give you an idea of how our struggles has been and what made us different or made us exceptional for us to be successful. Even though we are not where we want to be, we've made some good success. So every question, they are going to take turns, and then when we are done, we'll also take questions from you. Okay? So I want to tell you, how I got to Aggrey. A little family background of mine. I come from a family, I'm the firstborn of 3 children. And I was the first to enter into a secondary school. Both parents were 4 Olivers. I'm a co. So what they know is to trade. We have some clothes in the house. Yes, yeah. So my parents are both traders, and then after school. Hello, yes. So they wanted me to continue with secondary school, of course. That was it. But who was available to answer my questions? I had to fall on people outside my home. And people told me, girls' school, then yeah, commit school. They said, I want to be a doctor in the quiet science. And then finally I got to Aggrey, I realized that, wow, the science I can't do. But who am I going to tell? Like, it was embarrassing for me to tell anyone I can't do science. I realized I didn't like the biology. That was a problem for me. It wasn't working with me. But the confidence to go and change the course, it wasn't there. So I had to find myself in science class. And I know the struggle if you find yourself in such a situation. But I was very comfortable with mathematics. Then I spoke to someone. The person told me that you need 6 courses to pass. At the end of the day, you have to pass the exams. You have to live with good grades. So take out biology and then concentrate on the 3. Of course, elective maths is okay. Physics has mathematics in there. Chemistry, you calculate. So concentrate on your strength, and it worked for me. Maybe you don't have anyone to talk to. That's why we are here. So I want to ask the panelists, what influenced choice of school? Yes, you want to know you want to get to know their background, their family background, where they come from, so that you can envision how they started and where they are. So who will start? Tell us, give a little pictorial view of your family background, and then how you ended up choosing your course you did in secondary school.
I can say. Oh, okay. Okay, sure. So I'm a last born for my parents. And basically, I didn't know much about the secondary schools in Ghana because I grew up in the US. So when they were asking me what secondary school do you want to attend, I didn't know any secondary school at all. That's the sad part. But I told myself that because of my relationship with the opposite sex, I like being around guys. So I said I prefer being in a mixed school. I can't be in a single sex school. It won't work for me. So there were two choices, either National or Aggrey. And a friend of mine said, National, they are too girlish. So Aggrey would be the best for you. So I said, okay, I'll choose Aggrey. And then I found myself in Aggrey. My choice for home econs was because of the fact that I wanted to either be a nurse or a teacher. And so I told myself that because of these two courses or these two things I want to do one day, home econs would have been the best for me. And truly speaking, it really helped me when it came to my career choice in nursing. When I was going to nursing, they asked me, what course did you do in school? And I said home econs, and it was a plus for me. Because home econs, with food and nutrition, you learn so many things that have to do with the food and nutrition that you learned in secondary school. And so it really helped me when it came to my career choice. And so for me, I think the home econs, the Aggrey, plus the nursing was a plus for me to be able to move and then upgrade to who I am today. So when it comes to Aggrey, it is a plus for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. How many of you know Ejumako Besiasi? I say Jakai. You see, you don't even know where it is, right? Yes. It means that when after DHS,
Please keep quiet.
I was supposed to go to Adisadel. So financial issues, I couldn't make it. My father then said, you have to school in Cape Coast. Well, let's see what happens. We have to struggle. So I was home one day. My father came. Fortunately, the then MP said he can get me admission to Aggrey if I want. I said, I think the school doesn't matter to me. What it matters is what I go there to do. So I got Aggrey. I came. I wanted to be a doctor. What inspired me was that when I was young, we went to a hospital. The doctor just looked at me and said, you can become a doctor. So try to be a doctor. So when I came, I told my parents that I want to read science. That is how I ended to be in Science 1. And I think I don't regret coming to Aggrey Memorial because it has helped me a lot. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So, the guys, please, I'll need your attention. Because myself, I am most of you. As my brother was asking where he grew up. I don't know, do we have Kumasi people here? You are here, yeah. If you are from Kumasi, you know Akwetialai. Thank you. So I am a Polish Zongo boy. That is where I grew up. Basically, nothing good comes from Zongo the way we see things, right? I am the firstborn of my parents and the only boy. But I am the first to enter university, so you can understand where I am coming from. If I remember, when I said I was a fashion designer, I do shoe, I do farming, you were not clapping. But when I said I am a professional human resource manager, you were all clapping. So this is it. Not like my sister and my brother. I didn't have a goal coming to Aggrey. I had no vision, I had no dream, though I came to Aggrey. And yes, I loved Aggrey. I chose Aggrey as my first choice. I didn't even know the school Aggrey. A colleague, a friend of mine advised that we come to school in Cape Coast. Yes, he chose Bouquet. He said we should go. And like my sister, I told him I can't be in the midst of only boys. I need to have women around. Yes. So I chose Aggrey. And yes, I appreciate and I love the fact that I came to Aggrey. But to summarize my story, I had no dream coming here. Like, I also did science. So though I wasn't bad a student, and though I know I could have done better, I didn't do good because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to attain in life. That is why I said I'm like most of you over here. But like my president said, it's never too late. The moment you make everything in your life a project, you find a way about it. I started learning fashion even after university. So I went to a tailor. I didn't go to fashion school. After university doing my work, when I found passion in it, I went into it. So though now I am a professional human resource manager working with the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council, who knows the regional. So when we say the Regional Coordinating Council is the seat of the president in the region, so the seat of the regional minister. So basically, I am one of the HRs for the regional minister in the Ashanti region, but I still learn my fashion. Are you getting what I'm saying? So in this life, as my brothers are saying, whatever you want to do, you can do it, no matter where you are coming from. Thank you.
Hello. How many of you were confused with your subject choices when coming to Aggrey? You didn't know which subject to choose or to pursue. How many of us here chose Aggrey as first choice? How many of you chose Aggrey as first choice? How many girls chose Wesley as first choice? How many chose Holy Child as first choice? My men, how many chose Adisco, Ogasco, Boche? Yes. We are not behaving like the ostriches. We cannot hide our heads under the sun and pretend that most of us here, Aggrey was our second choice. Aggrey was my second choice as well. I wanted to go to Holy Child. And at that time, all I thought and dreamt of was Holy Child. But unfortunately for me, I couldn't secure 6 ones. I had 5 ones and then 2s. That is grade 7. So Holy said I wasn't good enough for them. Now, Aggrey was good in, Aggrey chose me. They gave me the opportunity to come here. And I had the option of doing either science or whatever course I wanted to do. My mother was a librarian at the medical school in KNUST. So she really wanted me to be a medical doctor because she was surrounded by doctors every day. But I asked myself, Ifya, can you do the science? And I'm not a fan of big words. I'm scared of big words and big terminologies. And at that time, nobody told me that there was a code to breaking science words. So I just told myself, let me run away from science and do something I'm good at, which is math. And as at that point, I still did not know what to do or who I wanted to be in future. Today, I want to be an Aggrey officer. The next day, I want to be an auditor. The next time, I want to be a company secretary. So I went through Aggrey without really thinking about what I want to be in future. And it nearly cost me. Because I finished the program and I still was confused. Even the choice of uni course, the university course was difficult for me. I had a good grade. I could choose whichever course I wanted. But because I didn't know who I wanted to be in future, it was difficult. I decided to be a company secretary because I was told they have lots of money. Who doesn't like money? Who wouldn't want to be rich in the future?
Then I went to the course and I was told I had to do French. And that's one subject I am scared of. So I decided, no, I have to change subject. Confused human being right from secondary school through to uni. So I decided to do law. And I entered the law class and I didn't know anything. I didn't know what, you'll be surprised. I didn't know the three arms of government. I wonder where I was when we were doing social studies. And I was scared. And unfortunately, I didn't have any confidence. And so I had to wobble through the law school first year until I made up my mind that where I am, I have to succeed. And then I started appreciating the law field and the subjects. And today here I am. Started off as a lawyer, and now I'm on the bench as a justice of the High Court. So that's how I started.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for them again. I'll share my story later. But then, as you are aware, it's a family meeting that we are having today. And the conversation is not only going to come from the top here. We want you to come and ask us questions, comment on anything that has been shared so far. We want to hear from you. The information that have been passed on to you, the motivation, the inspiration, the stories that has been shared with you so far. Are there any questions that you want to seek clarity, or any comments that you want to make? We want to take that. We'll take about 3 of them, then we continue the program. Please, if you want to ask a question, kindly raise your hand, and then we'll get to you with the microphone.
Question. You are informed to you. Please speak out.
This is the time to take advantage of the opportunity that we have been offered to you, especially our guys up there. We are expecting some questions and comments from you. Am I seeing hands over there?
Any question? Okay, so whilst we wait for questions, let's continue with the conversation. Philip, so to know, the goal of us all here is to pass our exam. But before we pass, we need to be able to study and be able to produce the results when the time comes. We want our partner members here to share with us how they are able to study and pass. Form 3s, 1 more month to start SSE. There are lots of things to study. So we want them to share with us how they are able to calm down, study, and able to produce results. So who can assist us identify your skills of learning? And for you.
Okay, so thank you once again. To start with.
In the meantime, if you have a question, raise your hand.
Yes, to start with, as I said earlier on, I didn't know what I wanted to do, okay? So learning prayer was difficult. So during my time here, like my brother, the president, I also had 21, so I didn't pass like that. But recently I was telling my colleagues, I actually enjoyed myself when I was doing my master's. That was when I realized that there are techniques in learning. Each individual have a skill or a way of learning that works for him or her. And me being a teacher, okay, so I thought before becoming a human resource manager, so as part of my training. Everyone have a way of doing it. Some, it works best when you learn to teach others. The moment you are teaching others, you get to understand it well and much better. Others too, it's proper that you put yourself into groups. Remember here, sensible members should be in the group. It's not every group that you should be in there, because some groups will not work for you. Okay, and there are others that you need to sit down and read, take a word after a word, try to get at the understanding, write them down, reflect on them before it sticks. If you are this way, like what I just stated, that means you are the kind of person who needs to be reading always, to be recalling. So look at what works for you. I have a friend of mine who is very smart. His way is just reluctantly lying around and going through his pages. When he sits down, nothing sticks. But when he's lying down reluctantly, that is when he gets everything. He can tell you every word, even in his note and where he wrote it. So look at your way, what works for you, and makes it work for you. Don't go to prep and be sticking to just joining other people or reading when it's not working for you. Look at your strength and make it work for you. That's the best way you can learn and pass the exams. Thank you.
Okay. So briefly, I would also want to say, some of us, we have to note things down. I have to brief a lot. I have to brief what I'm reading or summarize what I'm reading into my own words. So if I'm learning about matter or maybe I don't know, any other thing, any topic, I have to break it down into my own words and note down the important things so that during exams, I don't have to go and read the entire notes again. I just take my small paper, that's what I call it, and then I read through it and I refresh my memory. So if you are like me and writing stuff down or summarizing your thoughts would work for you, it's better you start prepping your small notes or summarizing whatever you are learning now so that during exams you don't have to take your entire notes to read through, but you take your small sheet of paper and then you refresh your mind on what you've already learned. Thank you.
So we are continuing with our conversation. Any question? Any comment from you? Okay. So our president mentioned about character. Character pairs with experience. So what to you? You all. Is that the experience you had on this that you wish no one have that experience again? Is that the experience with us? We want to know if 20 years experience still exists on this campus. I mean, the negative experience you had that you wish no one should have ever had that experience. We want to know.
Hello. So when I was coming to school, I was told that you come by yourself, you leave by yourself. So that was the mentality I had. But then I realized that, I mean, people were making friends. And I was like, everybody has friends and me alone, dear, it's not nice. So I need to make friends. And I made a friend. And this friend decided that, okay, let me make use of her because since she doesn't have any friends, I can make very good use of her. She's a prefect. So anytime I want to run away, she'll cover me. If I'm doing bad, she'll cover me because she doesn't have friends. So she's making use of me. To a point whereby she came to lie on me or lied to me that her mother had died. And eventually it wasn't true. I was there one day and I was called to the house mistress's quarters. Why? The same person who lied to me and said her mother is dead, her mother was sitting there looking in my face. I mean, I fainted because this is somebody who I took like my best friend. And this human being, I call her human being today, this mate of ours was missing in the school. She had run away on top of it. And nobody knew where she was. And it was me they were asking her of. And I don't know where she is. because I was always supporting her. And by the end of the day, because I said she was my friend, I had to go and look for her in the whole of Cape Coast, roaming, going to places that I knew she would be, and then looking for her, and she wasn't even in Cape Coast. She was somewhere in Tema. And her mother was here looking at me, saying that, please, my daughter says you are her best friend, so find her. And I was like, no. So I told myself that now they told you come to school alone, leave alone. Now you're in Form 3. Study alone, leave alone. And that was it. And that's how I've lived my life all till now. And that was an experience I told myself that I would never, ever, ever, ever want anybody to wish upon themselves. Because imagine taking somebody as your best friend, as your body, living with you vacation time, doing everything with you. Your parents take her as your own daughter, paying for her fees, paying for her everything. And then suddenly this person lies to you saying that her mother is dead. It's not a good experience. So as a big sister of yours, I'm encouraging you. It's good to make friends, but watch the friends that you have. Know the friend that you're working with. If they've advised you to be alone or work alone, study alone, you came by yourself, do just that and leave. Don't let the school pass through you. Make sure you pass through the school, get your grades, and then you move. There are some friends who stay with you. There are some friends who will leave you along the way. But then I'm encouraging you, choose the right friends, and it will definitely help you one day. Amen.
All right. Do you still have SU? Pencil? Colors? You still have colors? Or do you know colors? Oh, in our time, there used to be some group of people that prays at night. Midnight. Now you don't have it anymore. Okay. My little advice to you is that, yes,
Silence, please.
on my first day in Aggrey, after my father left, I was going to my house, Penanko. Then there was this one senior, met me. Then he gave me like 20 pesos. Then he asked me to go and buy. The things he asked me to go and buy is about, like, if currently it's like more than 100 cedis. And aside that, I should bring change. So I asked myself, where am I going to get that money from? I went to Rome. That day, I think I didn't sleep at dawn. The following day, the same thing. So that put fear into me. I think the story has changed now. There is no form of those things anymore, right? Yes. The other thing that I want to tell you is that God loves everybody. I used to be everywhere. Pensa. Right after class, I'll go to Pensa. Pensa, we're going to pray. SU colors. So at the WASI, the grades that I was supposed to get, I sat and I examined myself. I said, no, I was supposed to do better than this. So what went wrong? That was when I realized that I think I did more things that I won't say wasted my time, but consumed my time with church activities. We are not saying don't indulge yourself in church activities, but you have to balance it. If you sit in examination hall and you haven't learned anything, you won't write anything. Don't let anybody deceive you. In our time, one of our mates went to Juju. They told him that, oh, when you are going to write the WASI, just put the hanky on your table. By the time you finish, your question should be answered. The person failed. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to learn. God is good. If you don't learn, you won't remember anything. But if you learn, even if you are learning and you are not getting it, learn. When you get there, you'll be able to write something. So don't consume all of your time in church activities or entertainment, those things. Learn. Any opportunity that you have, use to learn. You will appreciate it later. Thank you.
Guys, I need your attention more. The boys know it. As I always say, the ladies I talk to you as well. But the guys, I am one of them. So forgive me for that. I'll only add a little bit to my sister and my brother. Basically, I had a certain bullied senior whom I never liked. So I wish no one get bullied. For that one, someone who can beat me for me to be admitted. So you can just imagine. Yeah, for that one, I wish no one get bullied and no one should bully. But to top it up a little bit, all what they said are good. But me being an entrepreneur, I would say network and connections work. And so I wouldn't say don't make friends. Make friends, but make good friends. Because it's these friends and networks that you are going to grow with. If you don't make good relationship here, you meet out there and you can't still connect with the person. Not then that you see me because you want something from me, you start behaving like you are a blessing. Okay? So make good friendship, make healthy relationships here, so that at the end of the day, after school, life continues. The proper life is out there. You can see that person, and that person can connect you or network you to another person to be a blessing unto you. Thank you.
Okay. I don't have any negative experience to share, but there were a lot of bullying during our time, especially at the boys' side. As for the girls, it was bearable, but the boys, it was too serious, and we know that it's still happening. You are in Form 3, so definitely when you came to first year, you got some bullies doing the bad things to you. And because of that, some of you have made it a practice to bully the first and the second years as well. Well, I don't have any experience from secondary school, but from recent happenings, if you've been following the news, you realize that it doesn't matter you being in school. When you do something bad and it's serious, you can't be arrested and prosecuted by the police. How many of you are aware of that happening now? How many of you are aware of the Accra Academy boys? You are aware of it, right? You are not aware. Are you aware of a guy who was assaulting a junior with a machete? So you are not aware, I'm telling you. That guy is currently being prosecuted. It doesn't matter that you commit assault in school. You have been bullied and it was bad enough. You did not like it. You never wished it to happen to you. Why do you do it to someone else? And the most important thing you have to bear in mind is, if I am a mother and I hear that you bullied my child, not on the small scale, but on a serious scale, I don't care that you are in secondary school. I'll take an action against you, and that's what is happening. Social media is helping us project a lot of things, and it's also helping us to see the negative side of things happening in our schools. And most of you, when something is happening, you have your phones, you record it, you share with friends. When it gets out, if you're unlucky, you can be at the wrong side of the law. So please, bullying, which is rampant and on the high scale in Aggrey, should be a thing of the past. You can make a promise to yourself that as you are leaving Aggrey as third years, you would make sure that at least you end that bullying with your group, and try not to reflect it or inflict it on the juniors before you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Her Leadership. I just want to add a little story of mine to what you just said. On the bullying, I recall very much that in our first year, the last term, I think, we just came back from vacation, and then one senior met me. His name was, we used to call him Wadada. Wadada met me, and then unfortunately for me, I had a senior brother on campus as well. And so when we are coming to school, all the money, all the provisions, everything is with the senior guy. Wadada meets me and says, I just got back from home, so I should have money on me. And he is demanding money for me. Whether I had it or not, he is still demanding money from me. And then Wadada gets inside, grab a bed stick. Do you guys still use bed sticks now? Grab a bed sticks and start hitting me with a bed stick, and broke my elbow. And so in the mid to get attended to because of the pain, we went to the master's block, and then as a result, the issue was reported. We were in first year, and that was our last term for that year. So Wadada was in final year, and that was his last term, and he was about to leave school. But for that incident that happened, Wadada could not complete the school. He was dismissed. Fast forward, I completed school and I met Wadada at La Paz. When I met him, I was scared because I knew that it was as a result of me that he was sacked. I was trying to avoid him, but I noticed the guy was coming to me. He was trying to come to me, and he got my attention. I stopped, and then he apologized to me that he was very sorry about the experience that happened, and that it took that experience for him to learn that it wasn't the right way to treat other people. Some of us might not even be as fortunate as he was to come to the point where he realized that what he did was not wrong. And we might end up before her leadership, and then your case will be determined, and you might end up in Insawum for just a small offense like bullying, as we would like to call it. But in the face of the law, that is not as small as you think it is. So it's important that we do good to people. It's important that we treat everybody right wherever we find ourselves. If you find yourself in an established organization and this attitude continue, you wouldn't be able to pursue your career. You won't be able to do the things that you want to do to be able to take care of family. So it's absolutely important that we do that. Before I end, I just want to add that in Ancient House, everybody knows that Ancient House boys, we get beaten. Whether you do well or whether you don't do well, you get beaten. When you come to school, the homecoming, we were last. I think no, we were first. We were beaten for being first. Yes, because almost nine. We were beaten for being first because according to the seniors, before we went, we were told to be first because that is the legacy of Ancient House. We managed to get the first, but we were beaten. During our time in first year, we were always subjected to a lot of beating by the seniors. Then we completed school, and I met one of the house prophets at ShopRite. He was a ShopRite attendant over there. Again, he also tried to avoid me. But for him, I didn't have the opportunity to talk to him. But I noticed that he avoided me because he was shy to see me in that state where he saw me and where he was. And so all that we are trying to make at this point in time is to tell you that focus on your study. There are no profits from bullying. Rather, you would regret, and by the time you even regret, you will not even have the opportunity to make amends to the times that you took to bully somebody. You might think it's a school thing, but then it is only a matter of time that you realize that there's no profit out of it. Thank you.
Yes, the bullying is it's a very passionate story for us. It's a passionate topic for us because those of us in Catholic, I'm surprised Esther is saying that she doesn't have any story about bullying. 4-1 girls, Gravels, Captain Akins. Were you there? Oh, yeah, she was the hostel in Form 1. Okay. It explains. So, the bullying, those who bully, what's the name? What's the name? They are, you're oppressing others. You are a very mean person if you do that. And the world is a very big place. Some of us are, see, our juniors are older than us. And then when we get into the world, sometimes they are ahead of us in life in terms of what they can do, where they are, and all that. There are people who see some of their seniors after 20 years and they still have anger in them. So when real life is happening and you know people who can just mention you for you to get a job, because of this experience you gave them, they will not mention you. Some of you say it's school life or it's just school life. It is not school life. It hurts to the core. You, the oppressor, you're enjoying it, but the person being oppressed, you can't determine how they feel, how they should react, how they should respond to it, and how to also react back to you. So, you can be only could be commended by someone who knows you. You can meet your classmates, your junior, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. But you might need their help. Don't think you're a senior, so you always be the head. The tables can turn. That is why we are here to tell you that be good, do good, and leave beautiful memories behind. Let people remember you and have good things to say about you. It's never too late, our Form 3 boys especially. You can still say sorry to those you've hurt. You know what you have done. If there's a need for you to apologize, it's not too big. It's not bigger than you. Do so. And it can even affect your exams. People can curse you. We are Africans. So, please, take note of this. Any question? If you have one, you can write. You will pick it and read if you don't want to talk. But thank you very much. We have a parcel for you. Our first question. Please come forward. Good. Thank you very much. Please, if you have a question, please come forward. Or you can write it, raise your hand, or come for it. If you have a question, please, you can write it down. Just come and give it to me. Our UCC team, please help us. If you have a question, please, or come for it. Yeah, UCC, they left here like you. It's possible.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. My question goes to her leadership. Please, I want to know, as a lawyer, how have you been able to manage your career, marriage and family, and spiritual lifestyle? And also, did you have any discouraging encounters and hindrances? How did you overcome them? Gloria.
That's a multi-barrel bullet question. Okay, so career, marriage life, religious life, it's been very difficult. I wouldn't say it's been easy because we have lots of materials to read. You have a lot, you have to prepare for court, even meeting clients. When I was a lawyer, now on the bench, you always have rulings, you have judgments to write. I have 3 kids, and I have to balance managing my time at work, doing office work, and then attending to the family as well. So what usually happens is that courtroom, I close around 2 o'clock. I make sure I stay in a little bit more to do some office work before I go home. When I go home, I make time for the kids. When they sleep, then I burn the midnight candle. Religious life, we try. You read your Bible. I wouldn't lie, I haven't been so religious as I should be because of my busy schedule. But going to church on Sundays, no work, you make time for yourself. It's about prioritizing things and then scheduling things. So that's how it's been. Now, for my life on as a judge, whether I've had some um, challenges and negative times, I would say yes. There's been some times that I've had to do certain things or pass some decisions, make some decisions that did not sit well with my personality and my conscience. But the law demanded that I do that. So I have to follow the law because I'm bound by it. But you have to also work on yourself psychologically. And I had to develop my emotions to the point that I can now separate my personal emotions from my work. So now I do the work by not mixing it up with my personal emotions. So I may sympathize with you as a human being if you are an accused person before me, but if you are found guilty and the law says I should give you 15 years, there's nothing I can do about it than to pass that decision. But when I go home, I'll go and sleep soundly because I know I did what the law demanded of me and not mixed with my emotions. Thank you.
Thank you. If the law requires that you go in for 20 years, you do the full 20 years.
So, as a student, we know we are supposed to have timetable for our studies and then do other things too for our studies. But we have this this habit of postponing our studies to the next day. Then you get to know that exams is near and you don't know what to do, whether I should take the book to the exam hall and copy. So please, can you help us or help me to know how to study and stop postponing my studies to a different day? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take about 2 more questions, then we'll come back. I think the question is that how do I prepare myself so I don't postpone my studies? Philip, do we have a question up there? Okay. Whilst we are waiting for the gentleman to come down, we'll pick another one from here. Somebody has a question here. Do you have anyone here asking a question? Okay. Hello. So as we are waiting for our gentleman, or let me say our gentleman, we'll answer our sister. Hello. Please, you can ask your question now.
Good afternoon. This question is to those in Twin Block, that's H and Casper.
Can you speak up a little bit?
This question is to those in Twin Block, that's H and Casper. Yeah. Twin Block. H and Casper. We all know that. Yeah. So we all know that if we say Twin Block, there are a lot of people who are bad over there and their characters.
His question is in relation to the Twin Block. Yeah.
And I was saying that when we mention Twin Block, if anyone hears of Twin Block, they say that, oh, they are bad, oh, their characters are not good. So you as a student or a person in Twin Block, how are you able to cope with them? Like in terms of character? Because you said character is very important over here. It shuts every door in your face when your character is bad. So how are you able to develop a good character even though we're in Twin Block? That's my question.
Thank you. The Twin Block people we are here. We'll take care of that. So you do the. So first we will answer our sister. First and foremost, write this one down. That procrastination is the thief of your time. Understand that. And there is no future but now. The reason why you've been postponing or procrastinating because you always think there's another time for you to do it. And the reason why you are feeling lazy to do it now is that, let me say, there is peace, in doing nothing. Let me say, if you are going to learn now,
the inconvenience because you need to move from your colleagues, stop the chat and all. No one wants to lose the fun of today or the fun of this moment for the future. So instead of leaving that one, you try to procrastinate. Okay, let me have some little chat with them so that later on I will do it. Then it steals your time. So understand that whatever you are not doing now, you are going to do tomorrow. And for that matter, choose your priorities right. Your education, your learning should be it. So this is how you are going to do it so that you don't procrastinate. Always have your timetable for studies. That is the first thing. But even after having your timetable, you should put yourself in a prepared position so that when it happens, you know exactly what to do to go. Let me give you a scenario. You have decided that every 3 o'clock p.m. you are going to learn. 3 o'clock, that is when you are going to shuffle through your memory or think about the course or the subject to go and learn. My sister, you are going to be lazy. You're lazy about it because even that one gets you tired. Thinking about whether to do chemistry, whether to go and learn biology. By the time you realize 15-20 minutes is gone already. So allocate time with exactly what you want to do with it. So 3 p.m. if Wednesday 3 p.m. is biology, put the notebook that you are going to use to make your notes down. Take your gas, all the biology books, put them down, add your pens to it, get yourself ready for the moment. So that when the moment comes, you are not even now going to search for the books. Everything is well set for you. It makes it easier. It makes you enjoy the process. Then that one helps you to go and learn. Thank you.
I would like to add a little to what my brother said. For those of us who like procrastinating, one practical way of getting over that character is to ask yourself, as you
Hello, please, silence.
Reflect through your mind a topic you've learned or the subject you want to read on. And then ask yourself, do I remember what I have to remember? The moment it strikes you that you don't know all you need to know, your brain starts panicking, and that puts you in preparedness to learn. Sometimes you can start having conversations about a topic with a friend, and as you discuss, you realize that there's a lot you have to learn. That will ginger you also to take your book and start reading to get that knowledge down. So that's one practical way of doing it. After, if you do the schedule, you do the timetable and it's not working, try discussing some topics with your friends, and you realize you have shortfalls, and your brain would be in a mode to quickly fill in the blanks, and you'll be good to go.
Thank you. And what I want to add on is, if you have time to eat, time to sleep, you should make time to learn. Okay? Make time to learn. Okay, I have some questions here. So, yes, there was a question from the twin blog.
We'll take that.
Yes, they are here to take it.
Yeah. The two of us are from Twin Block. He was my house prophet back in school. He was the 80 house prophet, and I also Daniel Hall prophet, and I was also in 80 house. For me, during our stay here, one significant thing that I noticed about the Twin Block was that whatever you are going to do, you have to be the best at it. If you are going to learn, you have to be the best at it. If you are going to do good, you have to be the best at it. And unfortunately, if you are going to be that bad, you have to be the best at it. But that's the problem. However, the Twin Block only exists whilst you are here. And so you do not have to focus all your life on what the Twin Block gives you. One of the things that personally I did was to surround myself with good people, with good company. They were the same guys. All these guys were still in Twin Block. I shared dormitories with. I shared dormitory with Philip. They were great guys in the Twin Block. Yes, we have the tag, but they are equally great guys there. What I want you to take out of here is that the Twin Block is only for your stay here. Immediately you moved out of here, there's nothing like Twin Block. And so if you are picking values from the Twin Blocks that are not right, you alone will pay for the price when you move out of here. So the advice is that surround yourself with right people, surround yourself with good people,
so it guides you and the way you behave. Philip will add something to it. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I also believe that once we're there, automatically be the best. Wherever you pass, humility always comes. Your own colleagues will say it. Oh, this gentleman, even though he's at Twinbrook, automatically he's the best. When it comes to everything, he's the best. It all depends on how you take it. So, right, do the best and move on. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to add on. We all came from different backgrounds. Some of us, you know how much your parents have to go and beg for money for you to be here. You get here and then you join bad company. You're not making the right choices. Your parents have spoken, but you get here and decide to do otherwise. Please, know your background, know where you came from, and know what is expected of you, and do your best. So we have some few questions here. You are writing a lot than talking. I'm surprised that you are in Form 3 and you're not confident. It's a bad character. You don't have the confidence to speak out. But we'll read for you. So, let me start. So there's one question to the house prefect. That is Elma. Elma, the question reads, I'm going to paraphrase. Was there any moment where you felt the prefectship was taking too much of your time and you wanted to quit? If not, how did you handle the position and academics?
So, as a Catherine Akins prefect, the truth was prefectship takes a lot of your time. That one is the truth. You'll be in class and they'll call you. Your house is dirty. This is happening in your house. There are people in your house. You have to leave class and then go and take care of it. But then I realized that as that one was taking so much of my time, I needed to find a way to study. Because as soon as you go close from school, you have things to do pertaining the house. So I chose a specific time. I don't sleep well. I do my best studying in the night. So whilst everybody is sleeping, I was studying. Another thing I was doing was, when they are teaching, I pay attention. Because as soon as I close, I wouldn't get time to study. So I took notes in class. I made sure that I had a small notebook, like Ladyship was saying. Small notebook, everything the teacher was saying, I paid attention. I wrote notes down. So that by the end of the day, it's those notes that I would concentrate on. Like I said, I don't sleep well, so I do night studying. If not night studying, then I pay close attention whilst in class. And then that one has helped me throughout my years of studying. And you know, one secret is, teachers talk a lot. But then don't forget, whatever they say is exactly what comes in the exams. So if you're somebody who pays very close attention to a teacher, you realize that they'll say that, write this, oh, write this, oh, I'm saying write this, oh. They intentionally say it because that is what they are going to bring in exams. So if you don't pay close attention to what they are saying, by the end of the day, you will miss that small thing that does what that will help you by the end of the day. So this is how I was able to go around my responsibilities in addition to my studies. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I'll take two questions and then I'll elaborate on it. One says, fellow Amosas, how did you manage to get to your jobs after university? Because some of us seated here, we do not have connections. So I'm asking that, was it through connections that you are successful today? Someone also mentioned the same thing, that after university, Okay, please, for those of us who would need connections after university, what would we do? All right, I want to talk about this. Earlier on, I mentioned that my parents are in the market. They are traders. They don't know anyone. So how I got my job? One of my mates, yes, my mate, we were in the same house, Captain Akins. I did my masters in China. When I came back, I was jobless. So she was the one who was forwarding job vacancies to me. She was doing this because I had good relationship with her. We had very, very good relationship. She was just a dorm mate. We're not even friends. We're not even in the same class. But because she knew that I was a nice person, she decided to help me for no reason. There was no connection anywhere. I wrote tests. I went through interviews and I was chosen. The truth is, you have to be the best in what you do. And as we said, character. If I had bad relationship with her, she wouldn't have even bothered to send me that information. So there's no connection in the world. Please, just be the best and people will notice you and decide to work with you. So did you get any connection for your job?
Yes. I have some questions here that I would address. Can you divert into a business course in the uni whilst you offer general arts? The answer is yes. The university, usually every course has its requirements, and it's about the passes you have. So take your time, look at the course requirements, and definitely there are some business courses that you can still delve into, even though you did general arts. Now, there's also one question, two questions on the bullying by teachers or teachers using abusive language and discouraging you. It's one thing that you're all aware. We gave you some questionnaires to fill, and the questionnaires covered not only your relationship with your peers, but even with the school authorities. We want to have a data that we can speak to. So if we go through it and we realize that you are facing challenges with the teachers, they are not encouraging you enough, that is one thing we will have to look at as a mentoring group. We intend to have meetings with the headmistress, frequent meetings with the headmistress and the teachers. So any grievance that we identify, we will talk to them about it. And we would also encourage them to motivate you, to have confidence in you. Because I always say it took one teacher who believed in me for me to believe in myself. He was always giving me questions to answer, and because of him, I took my lesson serious, and I found myself where I am now. The last one is about whether I've taken a bribe before. Whoever wrote that question, it's for your personal consumption. So I'll see you or see me after the program, and I'll give you details of how I avoided that situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, there's one who wanted to find out if they could do law and software engineering at the same time. Yes, but you have to prioritize. Which one do you want to take first? Because with law, you have to get a first degree in law before you can become a lawyer, build on it and become a lawyer. And software engineering is not a course that you can build on it to become a lawyer. You have to qualify as a software engineer, which will be a credit or a plus in your a feather in your cap. Then you also come and do the law. So you have to prioritize. Which one do you think you want to do first? Pursue that one, get a career in that one, and then you shift and pursue the other choice you want to pursue as well. Thank you.
The science student. Let me see your hands. Science students. Okay. I think these questions came from you. So the first question is, how many A's do you need to qualify into a medical school? There are two ways to get into the medical school. As regular students, then as matured, right? So
and you can study medicine in Ghana and abroad. All right. So in Ghana, you need to get all A's. I mean, all the courses that you are doing, you have to get A's. If not, you don't qualify to be admitted in a medical school in Ghana. And it cut across even outside Ghana. So it means that if you are a science student and you want to read medicine, you have to make sure that you get all your A's. Aside that, as I said, you can enter into medical school as matured. Maybe you are a nurse, you are a lab technician, you have degree, you have what you call mature entrance. That one, you have to buy a form, you write an exams. When you pass, then they will enroll you into a medical school. With that one, you are not starting from year one. That one, you start from, it's 4 years instead of the 6 years. The whole medical practice is 6 years in school. Then you do 2 years house job. We call it house job, meaning national service. So in all, before you can become a qualified doctor, it is 8 years. 2 years in practice, 6 years in school. Do you understand? Yes. And somebody also said that to the medical doctor, how were you able to make it to the university? Yes, I didn't enter straight. After Aggrey, I did nursing. I went to Cape Coast nursing training for 3 years for diploma. After that, I did my BSc in Central University before I entered into medical school, not in Ghana, outside Ghana. But I spent 6 years in medical school outside Ghana. You come back to Ghana, you write your license exams, you do your house job, that is the national service, 2 years, before you can start practicing as a doctor. So that is how my process was. I mean, it was lengthy years because I went through the nursing before medical school. It made it lengthy. That is because of financial issues. So what I want to let you know is that you have to perceive your goals. If you want to become a doctor, if you want to become a lawyer, don't give up. You can make it. It can happen. You just need time, consistency, and resilience. You can do it. Because with my experience, I ran through a lot of channels. Some people go straight 6 years from SHS. I have to go through post-day before I become a doctor. So that is the process. There are a lot of challenges, but you can overcome them. The fact is that you have to learn. If you want to become a doctor, it's constant learning. Even if you are a doctor, it's constant learning because you are dealing with human beings. And human dynamics change every day. So every day you have to be reading, you have to be upgrading yourselves and all those things. So before you can become a doctor, it takes, self-discipline. You must be learning all the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so I have a question here. What should we, the traumatized and antisocial students, do to help ourselves emotionally and academically? Well, when we were going through the questionnaires, there was one thing we noticed, that almost, if we say 60% of you said you're stressed, you're anxious, and you're traumatized. And it is something that I've realized that almost all the schools are going through the exact same thing. And you know, the funny thing is, we don't blame you to a point. Because of how the system is, we don't blame you to a point. But then I always say this. We have counselors in the system. We have people you can look up to. It's not necessarily that you should look up to your parents. It isn't by force for you to look up to your parents or always talk to your parents. It's not true. You can have somebody, an adult, that you can confide in about issues. As for me, I have my number available to so many people who call me even in midnight when they are going through problems. There are people ready for you to be able to talk to them. So choose wisely. Choose somebody you feel that if I talk to this person, the person will be able to do what? Help me. It doesn't have to be a nurse. Oh. It can be even your pastor. It can even be an adult that maybe your mother's friend. I'm saying this because I know the things you guys go through. Trust me. I know. Like the back of my hand, I know. And I know the stress you people go through. And I can tell that there are some people here. There are lots of people here who have been taken advantage of just because you didn't have enough coming to school. There are some people here who are even being taken advantage of in the school. I know. But then, like I said, we are available. That's why we have this mentorship program. You can come and talk to us. When we close, we're outside here. Come and talk to us. One-on-one, we are available. You can take our numbers. Call us. If you have any problem, if you don't know how to go about things, call us. Me, I'm in Cape Coast. Some are in Kumasi, some are in Accra. You can meet up with them. And we'll be available for you. We are your brothers and sisters. We are not your mothers, so we are your brothers and sisters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We have received a lot of questions. Unfortunately, whenever there is a nice family gathering going on, it is at that point that you realize that you don't have enough time to go through the issues. We'll take a last response, but before we leave, we'll still be around. If you have any questions, approach any of us, and then we can still engage you. But we'll take a last response from our resource people before we call it a day.
Okay, so someone asked me, as a government worker and then an entrepreneur, how do I go about it? So being a government worker, okay, so being a government worker, is a 9 to 5 job. You go in the morning and then you close and you come back. But then being an entrepreneur is a different thing altogether. You need to put in more work. You need to make sure that all your socials are working. The Instagrams, the WhatsApps, the Facebooks, everything is working. And then apart from that, you need to also make sure that you have a physical shop if it's possible. Somebody will be there helping out with the things that you are selling in and out for you. Someone like me, when I'm even going to the office, I have some of my products at the back of my car. When you come to the office, I introduce them to you because I'm a professional marketer. I did my first degree in marketing. I did my master's in marketing. So I know what I'm doing. When you come, I'll find a nice way to introduce my products to you and then let you know that this is how you are supposed to use them and everything. Afterwards, if you are interested, I pick your contact and everything. Make sure that I contact you, explain further to you in everything that you want so that I can be able to lure you, and then you too, you can be able to bring me more customers. I want more money. So I'll make sure that I will tell you everything that you need to hear, because with marketers, we want our products to be sold. And so convincing you is what I want you to get. I want you to understand the product very well so that you can be able to bring me more customers. That's one thing about entrepreneurship.
Thank you.
Hello. Okay, so because of time, all those who were asking questions about the learning techniques and all that, please kindly meet me outside and we'll talk about it. And those that asked about relationship, let me make it brief. The purpose of we being here is to study. Okay? I'm not trying to be superficial. Naturally, at your age, you feel like having it. We all had it, right? But the point of the matter, or the fact of the matter is, after here, what is it? I always tell people this: whenever you are going into any relationship, be selfish first. Think about what you are going to get out of it. So if you are to be in any relationship, as you are asking, I'm having about 3 or 4 questions about relationship on campus. What are you going to get from it? At this point in your life, nothing. Especially being a girl, nothing. And the guys too, you just waste your time. And at the end of the day, you not get anything from it, because the bigger picture, the life itself is out there. That is when you are going to see the more established men who will be ready then to settle down with you. You have wasted your time learning over here. And the guys, when you go out there with your ladies over here, you don't have the kobo to buy a fingernail for them. You will be saying they are demanding. They are not demanding. Life demands it. And they'll be asking for you. You'll not be having the money. And you'll be saying, so basically, being here, think about everything as a project of building yourself first. When you get out there, everything is out there for you to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for spending time with us. One last question I want to address is people asking about their parents forcing them to do courses they don't want to do. Please, you can't afford. Your parents can afford. Finish with it, make money, and pursue your dream. If you can't get anyone to talk to them to change their mind, don't grow. Be a child. Allow them to take care of you. Finish, get a job, and then use your own money to pursue what you want to pursue. Thank you. So the head girl, please come and give us your vote of thanks. Is she around? Please. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity given. On behalf of the Aggrey community, I would like to say a big thank you to God Almighty for making this program a success. I'd also like to thank our lovely headmistress for supporting this program. A bigger thank you to the Amosa 2005 president and his team for organizing this program that I believe has impacted majority of the students here present today. Our teachers, I'd also like to say a big thank you for your unwavering support. Thank you all very much, and God bless you.
So if you have any question, you can meet any of us and then we can have a discussion. We have just 30 minutes and we'll be out.